Hi, this is Greg with Engaging Teacher. I'm starting a new TpT store, and guiding me through the process will be Rebecca. She started her TpT store over 5 years ago and has agreed to answer my questions and share her experiences running an online business. Okay, this is part 2 of our series on designing covers. The first cover we made was in part 1. And in that one, we went over how to create it as a picture and how the initial part of starting a cover from scratch. This time, what we're going to do is we have that first finished cover. Instead of starting all over, we can just duplicate the cover and then start redesigning, designing something else. Last time we did more of a black background with white text. Once again, my brand colors are black and white mainly. And so this time, after we get done playing around, we end up with more of a white background with black text. So we'll go ahead and jump in today, and we're going to basically start by showing you first how to duplicate the cover and then the thought process that we went through to come up with this second option.
Alright, so all I did is just right click and duplicate it. I didn't want to delete anything because then I'd have to recreate it. And this is your font style that you use, and it's all the components that we need. We'll just need to resize or color or just change little things here and there. So I like to keep the main players together. Okay. So now I am just rearranging stuff honestly to see what I like, what's going to catch my eye.
So we still have our 2 products in there, 2 pages of the product we're selling. What we've said hasn't changed so far. We still want to title it so people know what they're buying and go from there.
Yep. And so I'm changing the text now here, and I'm trying to find one that I like that is in a cursive font. But I want to make sure that cursive letters should not be all capitalized. It makes it hard to read. I also realized that I still had it as the oval shape, and when I fill this in, I want to make sure that it's in the rectangle, but instead of redoing it, I can just change the shape there. That's all I did.
Okay. And so you're not going to make the big title in cursive, but the smaller...
Yeah, you don't want it to be, you want the features to be in cursive.
Okay.
And that's because... again, people will be looking on their phones, and if it's in that cursive is super cute, but you cannot read that on a phone.
Right.
Okay, even in these little squares, sometimes it's hard to read. So I'm just kind of moving things around, seeing where I might like them, and now I can fill in that text box to make it white, and now it matches.
Okay.
And I still want to get the concept that it doesn't cost anything, but I don't need the whole word freebie.
Okay.
Free does the same exact thing. Then I decided that I might want to make that a circle instead of the rectangle there, just to change it up a little bit.
All right.
So I'm going to come in here and I'm going to play with the size of the circle. I don't want it to be an oval, I want it to be a circle. So this takes a little bit of maneuvering. Okay. And so I'm coming in here, and now I'm going to make sure that it is the same size. And now that it is the same height and width, I'm going to see if maybe I would like a line around it to be a different color to call some attention to the shape.
Okay, so instead of just making it huge, you can call attention to something by borders, colors, things like that.
And here I'm actually going to add a shadow, and then I'm going to give it a glow just to make sure that people are paying attention to it. There's lots of different options for colors. I liked the yellow because I think it made it stand out a little bit more. But I wanted to resize it, and if I just drug the corner when it was a text box, it makes the text move in odd ways. And now by saving it as a picture and inserting it, I can easily resize the picture by dragging the corner handle.
Okay.
And now I like how this looks. I'm going to make sure that I have white space up at the top, but I'm going to bring that to the front here so that I can see daily schedule and I can see editable. Make sure they're both centered. I'm always looking on the left to see if that's the end result that I want.
Okay.
I didn't really like having both of the circles at the bottom, your logo and then the free. So now I'm going to just move it around a little bit. And I like it there. And now, because it's a picture, I can easily grab that handle and make it a bigger size.
Gotcha.
And so there I'm looking at that. I'm bringing this forward now because this is the example of your product. And I want people to actually see that it says My Daily Schedule and it's got the wording on the front.
So they can read the text a little bit better.
Yep, so they can see what they're supposed to do with it.
Okay.
And now looking at that, I like it, and let's duplicate it. And here is our final product.
Looks good. So, important things I think to remember this time are we didn't start from scratch. We just duplicated the one we liked the first time and then started designing from there. We're talking about the same product, but we're making multiple covers for it. So the first time we had more of a black background with white font and text. This time we have a white background with black font and text. And the only reason we're really keeping with those colors is because that's my branding color. That's what my logo is. Make sure you choose the colors that work for your logo, your brand, or your product. Other things to keep in mind is make sure if you're trying to resize something, make it a picture. It's a lot easier, keeps everything formatted properly. We still have all the important things we have to remember when we're doing advertising. It's easy to read our daily schedule, which is the title of the product, so they know what they're buying. We've included the logo, and we've included clip art, which is the actual product, and a description, which it's free. So we have all our advertising designs in there. Same product, but it looks a little bit different. Any thoughts you have on it?
I like to play with the covers specifically because I'll find one in the end that I like the most. And then also this will really help me when I go to make my pins and I just resize my PowerPoint, because now I'll have 5 different ideas for pins that are already done that I just have to basically move parts around.
Oh yeah, I didn't even think of that. Okay, great. Well, thanks again for all your help. This cover looks good and we have a couple more to go in this series.
All right, talk to you soon.
All right.
Bye.